Who will be the PBA King of the Lanes? The living legend Norm Duke currently wears the crown, but two of the tour's toughest pros are seeking to dethrone him. Two-time major winner Bill O'Neill and former PBA Player of the Year Sean Rash. Those two are set to battle for the right to take down King Norm. Who will reign supreme? The PBA King of the Lanes is next on FS1. Bolero in Jupiter, Florida is host of the 2020 PBA King of the Lanes. Tonight we bring you the third of 6 shows in this great bowling event. We have tremendous matchups for you. We start with a contenders match. Sean Rash and Bill O'Neill, two future Hall of Famers, go head-to-head. The winner takes on the king sitting atop his royal throne. Norm Duke, the Hall of Fame legend. Presenting his Royal Highness, the current King of the Lanes, the Duke of Bowling, Norm Duke. Welcome, bowling fans, back to Bolero in Jupiter, Florida. Great to have with us. Dave Ryan alongside the Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. Rash O'Neill. It's a tremendous contenders match, RP. Between them, they've won 27 titles. Their rivalry goes back to their collegiate days. But look, the main storyline tonight is all about Norm Duke, right?
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, we're going to talk all about the future Hall of Famers in Rash and O'Neill. But right now, it's all about Norm Duke and what he did in our first two telecasts. Against Walter Ray Williams Jr., he shot 267 to advance to take on the reigning king, Wes Malott, and then he punished Wes with 248. But his match against Simonson to retain the throne was brutal. He somehow eked out a win. He retains his throne, and tonight, it's all about the Duke, who became a king.
And now, the Duke of Bowling, His Highness himself. Norm Duke is joined by our Kimberly Pressler.
So Norm, had a whole night let it sink in that you were the king. So I got to ask, how does it feel?
Well, it feels pretty good. I know this. If you don't win another game, you're not the king anymore. So, you know what? It's short-lived.
Absolutely, because you got to defend that crown, and just a little bit because Bill O'Neill and Sean Rash want the throne that you were sitting on. So I have to ask you, how long are you going to reign supreme?
Well, I did watch Wes Malott dominate for a long, long time, so I know how possible it is. Probable, maybe not, but you know what? It's what I do.
It's what you do, and we will see you in the final match. Thanks, Norm.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Great stuff, guys. Thank you. Here are the odds to win provided by Fox Bet. Both bowlers at -110, so it's expected to be a close match.
Yeah, and I expect it to be a close match.
This is going to be fun.
Bill O'Neill, the future Hall of Famer, had a great year in 2019, finished 3rd in earnings and 7th in average. This season, he won his 2nd major, the Players' Championship, and he did it in grand fashion.
We call that in Columbus, 1-pin win. Ray Tackett, the top seed. That was fantastic. This is live PBA Bowling on FS1 here at Jupiter, Florida, at Bolero. From outside Philadelphia, 12-time titleists. O'Neill starts his night. Left lane, all 10 back.
17 at the arrows, about 5, so he's playing a nice little head belly through the front part of the lane is O'Neill. I expect Sean Rash to go much straighter. Another outstanding year for Sean in 2019 with almost 200,000 in earnings. And in 2020, he picked right up where he left off, winning the Oklahoma Open, climbing the ladder and closing with an impressive 289 in the title match.
That was great bowling in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Way back in January. Won the Summer Clash in this building last month as well. It's been a good 2020 for Sean. For a lot of reasons. Right lane. Tap on the 10, down it goes.
And you can see right here, just a little bit straighter, but it might just be that right lane. The right lane's played tighter throughout the competition. But a nice shot, nice start for Sean, just inside 3rd arrow. And a nice little kick on the 10. You know, these two do have history in the 2019 PBA playoff semifinal round in a race to 2. O'Neill won the first game 258-214, and then the second game was epic, 289-266.
Wow. Expecting a slugfest here tonight. Left lane. There's the 10 pin. Now Sean going back to the PBA Tour Finals in this building last weekend. Had some back issues he told us about. Strained his back at home working out last week.
Oh, God, I missed it.
You sure did. Whiffed on the 10 pin. Open frame. Trouble for Sean Rash.
Oh, I gotta grab the ball.
He's waiting for his ball to come back. It might be a thumb issue. He's looking at that thumb hole. I don't know if he's going to tape up or... But he does not like the way that thumb feels right now, and it was evident when he shot and whiffed the 10 pin.
O'Neal trying to take advantage, does so. He sees on the bench with Rash struggling, strikes for a 22-pin lead early.
And again, right around third arrow. About a 10-board belly out to about 5 and back. Beautiful shot there by Bill O'Neal.
Runner up to Chris Prather, who climbed the ladder at the TOC, and then Bill O'Neal came back and won the Players. Good season, O'Neal trying to keep it going here in Jupiter, Florida. And on the left lane, he's locked in.
Hey, let's ask Norm Duke, the reigning king, a question. Normie, can you got your earpiece in?
Get the drink there, Normie. It's
Why
okay.
are you not wearing your crown?
It was hot, Randy.
What do you see? What do you see early on with these two players?
Let Sean get to your coach first.
Randy, I think they're both lined up. I think the lanes are fine for a big score. It's just that Sean left a half 10 on the left lane, and then you know, he whipped it. But I think that you're going to see a bunch of strikes right here.
Thanks, Norm.
Love the lane level analysis. Former Player of the Year, Sean Rash.
$15 titles, 2 majors.
He's had a great career.
Yeah, he's had a hell of a career. No doubt about it.
Now, he played at Wichita State and Saginaw Valley. That's where Bill O'Neal went. So they go way back. We mentioned top of the broadcast team. A collegiate rivalry. Years now. They've been going head to head. Resumes here tonight. That's better than the left lane.
Sean, how are you feeling about the 2 lanes? And talk about the missed 10 pin.
2 lanes are a little bit different, of course. Left lane's got more hook in it today in the front and the mid lane, so got to use angle to get it through it. Throwing a flex solid right now in both lanes. Just made a mistake there in the second frame. After the couple-minute break, hands swole up, didn't take tape out.
Thank you, Sean.
Oh.
He didn't like it,
Oh, goodness.
but he's okay.
Yeah, that one got back from Fort Lauderdale.
Last night it was Boca.
Yeah, but that was a little farther right.
That's right. Further south.
Didn't like it, but the end result was exactly what he wanted. Throwing a proof. Looks like he's got a little surface on it. That's to get the ball to slow down enough to create friction on the lane, so it will hook back to the pocket. Beauty.
See the golden pin in the rack there. Now that golden pin is in the head pin position.
You know what that means, right?
And then someone strikes on our shows tonight.
You know what that means?
I know what that means.
Say it. Just
Free
say it.
game of bowling for anyone in the nation.
Right.
Thanks to Go Bowling.
Yeah, but now they have to do something, though.
You've got to go to GoBowling.com, register for a free Go Bowling Free America coupon, and then you're all set.
So Sean carries a 10 pin in the second. It's a it's a tie ball game with both players with the front five, but instead it's a 9 miss in the second. Sean trying to claw his way back, but nothing he can do about Bill O'Neill.
.32-pin match. Front five for O'Neill.
The flux.
Sean told us about his arsenal. Left lane. Yes.
Shredder.
Air fives. Safety first here on the PBA Tour. No fans in
I didn't
attendance.
think I threw it in the gutter, though, like he did.
But this is one great event, Randy. We're underway tonight here.
Good stuff. Sean Rash shreds the rack there in the 6th, but guess what? Bill O'Neill perfect through 5.
The PBA on FS1 is brought to you by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news at a located bowling center near you. Log on to gobowling.com. And by Guaranteed Rate. Mortgage rates are historically low right now. With the incredibly low rates from Guaranteed Rate, you can save big money on your mortgage. Visit rate.com today. It's only about a 5-minute drive. Really quick. It's beautiful Jupiter Lighthouse. Historic. Goes back to 1860. They have a museum and a walk-up. Just fabulous scenery here in Jupiter, Florida. We're at Bolero, not far from that landmark.
Bill O'Neill, that last shot on the right lane, got back from Fort Lauderdale, but you're perfect through 5. Was wondering if you throw 2 more here, could you do a little trash talking for us?
Oh, no, I'm just going to try to get up here and make a better shot than I did in the 4th there, and then, we'll see what happens in the 7th.
Thanks, Bill.
Just not the trash talking type.
Oh, he's really good at it. He's really good at it. Trust me.
Maybe he'll bust it out then. I've never seen that side of Bill.
He might just trash talk me, which would be fine.
He's trying to stay perfect here, RP. Nope. For a 32-pin lead, didn't like it, but gets plenty of help. And stays perfect. This week, Fox Saturday Baseball is back. The Cubs clash with the Brewers at 1. Dodgers battle the Giants at 4. And the Yanks face the World Series champion Nationals at 7. Celebrate the return of baseball with a special triple header Saturday only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Go Blue.
Go Mets. Let's go Mets.
Stop.
Lifelong fan, pal. Can't wait. O'Neill trying to stay perfect here. A perfect game. But no. High shot trouble here on the spare conversion.
A lot better than the other one.
3, 4, 6, 7.
I think he actually liked that shot, but it's just overhooked. He's going to try to get his bowling ball over here to the right side of the 3-pin and cut it into the 4-7. Very makeable. Bad time for this to happen, though. This is going to give Sean an opportunity if Bill O'Neill does not convert this.
Lot to cover, tough spare. No, 4, 7, open frame, new match.
Yeah, a whole new match, because if Rash gets up and strikes in the 7th and 8th, he takes the lead.
The king observeth from his throne. We call that Shawnee, Oklahoma, climbing the ladder. Sean Rash, that was awesome.
Oh, wow, what a huge break that was. Now, what does he do on the left lane? He knows that O'Neill just went high. Does he make an adjustment before he throws the next shot?
Elena Ray, born June 29th. Congratulations to Sarah and that beautiful family. 7 pounds, 11 ounces.
Adorable children.
3 daughters. Look at that.
Wow.
Summer class trophy. There's the just the cutest. Congrats, guys.
Yeah, beautiful family.
Just so nice. Right here in this building last month. Impressive run in the bowling version of Survivor. That was a fun event to be a part of. Looking to stay hot. Sean Rash does so.
That's
And
right.
with a strike, takes the lead in the 8th frame.
Great shot there, Sean. Talk to us for a second and let us know how your back's doing right now.
Well, if you could tell, that shot out of the commercial break wasn't the best. I tried to stay, upright and walk around, but I'm better than Sunday, but still not 100%. We're just going to fight through it, Randy.
Thanks, Sean.
During the PBA Tour Finals, he was struggling with that back. Doing stretching during the event. Trying to stay loose. Ken O'Neill rebound.
Nice shot there
Really
by
nice
Bill.
shot in the right lane.
Yep. All right, max score, you can see it right there to the right of your screen. Sorry about that. 262 for O'Neill, 268 for Rash. O'Neill's going to make a move. He's going to make an adjustment. He's going to move his feet to the left, probably 3 or 4 boards, and move his target 1 or 2 left to try to find some fresh oil.
Foundation frame. O'Neill can take the lead right back here with a strike. Big shot. Bill O'Neill left lane. 7-pin.
Come on.
Made the adjustment, made the shot, and then got robbed. He still has a chance.
You like that shot. Cross lane for the 7. Got that, got its mark.
Oh, come on. Of all the ones, that's the one that doesn't strike.
Yeah. No defense in the sport, just offense, and he did his job, and unfortunately the pins did not cooperate. His max now is 242.
Rash works on a possible 7-bagger to go up by 16 pins. That back's bothering him. He's got to hurry. Whoa, could have been big trouble. All 10 down in the pit.
Well, he got it wide right and got extremely lucky, tripping the 2-8-10 out late, and that's almost the end now for Bill O'Neill. This is a huge, huge break. Watch the pin fall. Look how far right that is. Barely catches the head pin, the 2-8-10 standing, and just the best crumpler you could ever ask for. What a time for that to happen. He trips the 2-8-10 out. Bill O'Neill leaves a solid 7, and that's why they call it bowling. Those other bad words were already used. Crazy game sometimes, Dave.
It's working out well for this guy right now. Bill O'Neill in this building for the Summer Clash title. Taking care of Bill now. In great shape to advance to take on the reigning king of the lanes, Mr. Duke. Left lane. Just a matter of the final score now.
Yeah.
High shot, 6-10 up, but it's mathematically over for Sean Rash.
It is. It's good. It's even. We're 1-1. We're 1-1.
It's kind of nice and easy going to that 6-10. There's no reason to strain yourself.
Every time I bowl, you start with a front 6 or 10 or something.
Sean, talk about that shot in the 9th frame on the right lane where you tripped the 2-8-10 out.
The shot on the right frame in the 9th frame was pretty bad. Bill's giving me crap here. A little, we both threw one really bad, and we both struck. I mean, that's game changer, right? Now I'm moving on to face one of the best ever, and that's all you can ask for.
Are you going to keep moving left on the left lane? It looks like it's starting to hook.
I'm going to keep moving, and I'm probably going to change balls too, Randy, to a Flex Pro. It gives me a little bit more length. The right lane's starting to get really tight down lane. So,
what do you have to do to get into Norm Duke's head?
Well, we'll say that again, Randy. Bill's busting my chops
Yeah,
here.
he sure is. Now the trash talk is coming out from Bill.
What do you have to do to get into Duke's head?
You can't get into Duke's head. The only thing I might do to Norm Duke is take his tape out of his thumb hole. But like I said, he's one of the best ever. The guy can play 10, he can play 25. I just got to bowl my game, and hopefully it's big enough to beat him.
All right, Sean, thanks. Good luck.
Thanks.
Earpiece out for Norm. He's getting focused now. Sean Rash with a tremendous run in that match. Knocks off Bill O'Neill, his longtime rival, going back to their collegiate days. 256, 227. Sean Rash just too good tonight for O'Neill. Let's go back to Kimberly.
Thanks, Dave. So now it's time for Do You Know the Pros, sponsored by Go Bowling. So which pro considered becoming a bricklayer at one point? Was it Jason Belmonte, Jesper Svensson, Francois Louvois, Stu Williams? So why don't you guys think about that one, and we'll give you the answer when the PBA King of the Lanes returns. Welcome back to the PBA King of the Lanes. So tonight's question for Do You Know the Pros, presented by Go Bowling, was which PBA pro once considered being a bricklayer? Did you choose Jason Belmonte, Jesper Svensson, Francois Louvois, or Stu Williams? So let's find out who it was.
Most likely I would be a bricklayer. That's what I studied in school, so I know how to do that. But I just really a fan of all different sports, so I hope I would be involved in any other sport. I prefer ice hockey, so a dream would have been to work with something about ice hockey, but probably a bricklayer.
I think Jesper and all the bowling fans around the world are glad Jesper Svensson became a bowler, not a bricklayer. Although he's told us, Randy, he's a very good hockey player growing up in Sweden.
I would have
really good athlete.
I would have never guessed Jesper Svensson. I would have guessed like rock star or Swedish model or something like that. Not a bricklayer.
Something else. All right, let's move ahead to the next match now. Sean Rash, Norm Duke, to see who becomes the king after this version of King of the Lanes. Now, Sean Rash has the back injury bothering him back to the PBA Tour Finals in this building last week. What do you think? Does he hold up against the king here?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to fight through it with just pure adrenaline and being an athlete. He's going to get it done. But, he can't make any mistakes against Norm Duke. The lanes are very gettable right now, very conducive to high scores. Sean does have the advantage with power, but his bowling ball is also going to see the changes that happen when the lanes and the oil pattern starts to break down. Norm, not so much. But I'll tell you one thing, no open frames against Norm Duke and expect to win.
No one is more competitive. Am I right, Randy? You've known him for years and years, than Norm Duke. All those titles, 56 years old, Hall of Fame credentials. I mean, really, when it comes to big moments like this, he always seems to come through, right?
Listen, Norm, I beat Norm out of $5 playing marbles once. He got really mad. Norm is the most competitive guy I've ever met, and that's what keeps him out on this tour, that and his unique ability. I mean, he's just one of the greatest ever.
We can't wait to see it. King of the Lanes, Sean Rash, taking on the Hall of Fame legend himself, King, at least for now, His Highness Norm Duke. King of the Lanes rolls on from Valero in Jupiter, Florida. Duke, Rash, what a matchup here. Winner is king for the end of this show. But another challenge awaits coming up next here on FS1 tonight. Jacob Budriff, Clara Guerrero, our first PWBA star in the King of the Lanes competition, will have a contenders match. Sean Rash looks good left lane.
That lane curves a little bit, and you got to stay on top of the transition of that left lane. The wee Iceman cometh. Norm Duke, the third winningest player in the history of the PBA Tour. 40 titles, 7 majors. I give you, Your Majesty, the King.
Norm Duke, he's spectacular. It is great having the crowd. When they say Duke, all hail the king.
Well, if we had a crowd now, they would be yelling, King. Yeah.
Long live the king.
Look at those eyes.
Tense and ready. Norm Duke, right lane, all 10 back.
Norm's going to go much straighter because of this number right here. That rev rate number, RPM, that's the amount of power that players put on the bowling ball. Pretty big difference between himself and Sean Rash. We'll show you Sean's number next time he's up.
Left lane for Norm. Looking good. Great start.
And just a little bit deeper on that left lane. Remember, we talked about rev rate. You can see just a little bit lower rev rate on that shot there. But Norm's bowling ball is not going to change direction near as violently as Sean Rash's just because of the power factor. Just a lot higher rev rate for Rash.
Second frame, right lane, gotta stay perfect. 4 up, 4 down.
And again, look at your numbers here. The difference that Sean Rash is playing that versus Norm Duke is a good 4 boards to the left of Norm. And guess what, Dave?
What's gonna happen now on that left lane?
It's gold pin time.
There's a golden pin. Head pin position, a strike here. Everyone gets a free game of bowling nationwide thanks to Go Bowling. What do you say,
Come on,
Sean Rash?
Sean.
Yeah!
More free bowling! Yeah! Way to go, Sean!
I hope Go Bowling's happy with me.
I think they are, and so is America. You're welcome.
Great stuff.
Everyone in America receiving a free game of bowling by going to gobowling.com. Register for a Go Bowling Free America coupon. Bowling centers across the country are making sure you feel safe and comfortable, so they'll be ready when you're ready to get back to the lanes.
You know, your family is so big. We get a couple more of those. You could chop them all up, and everybody gets one free game. Beautiful shot there by Norm Duke, all even through 3.
That's the 5th free game, by the way, given away during our competition so far. We're up to 5.
Oh, it's going to be more. Trust me, there's going to be a couple more given away. But you know what? It's important for us to get back to some normalcy, get these centers open, get people back to bowling.
6 for 6 in this game. It's all perfect so far. Coming up next on FS1, we talked about it. More king of the lanes coming your way. Clara Guerrero from Colombia. Great star in the women's tour against the lefty Jacob Buttrick. Love that matchup.
Ooh. How about that? Kick save and a beauty on the 10. Norm Duke just all over Sean Rash. There's no letting up in the wee Iceman. Watch this, 6-pin, a little nudge, a little love tap. Oh.
Are we in Jupiter or Strike City, Florida right now?
I'll tell you what, it's almost
because
like
they're all going back.
It's almost like the pins know who just threw that ball.
7 for 7. Rash looks for the
Boy.
front 4. The back makes him for sure, but he's got another one. And we stay perfect between these two superstars of the game.
Who will miss first? And that's the number I wanted to talk about right there, that 427
Big difference.
versus Norm Duke's 300, 330.
The throne awaits the winner.
Oh, go.
You didn't like it? That's why I didn't like it.
Grabbed it. It got slow out of his hand. Missed left. And disaster.
3, 4, 6, 7.
That was a good move, too.
Again, get the ball over here. Slide the 3 into the 4-7. Remember what I said during our on-camera?
Be good.
No open frames against Duke. Cannot have it.
Well, Sean Rash just absorbed one. 4-7 up. Open frame. And Duke on the bench up by 18 pins. With a front 4. Talk about longevity. Still bowling with the greats of the game. 56 years old. Perfection.
Whoa.
Is over. Almost a disastrous split. Just the 7 pin to deal with.
Hey, chipped the 4 and the 10 out late, just leaving the 7. Okay. That'd be like just leaving a 10 pin and making it. No harm, no foul.
Head to PBA.com to check out the PBA Pro Bowling video game. The game features the top PBA pros, real equipment, authentic oil patterns, more than 100 tournaments, and online play. Now available for the Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox, and one for your PC as well. Check it all out. PBA.com. Time of the match, works on a spare. All 10 back for Norm.
Well, Norm Duke's got a nice early lead here halfway through the King match. I truly believe that his pillow is cool on both sides. The 56-year-old looking to retain the throne.
The on-lane graphics that you see on tonight's show, including the ball tracer, are courtesy of Clutch Bowling.
Hey, I'm going to talk to Sean Rash. You okay with that?
Please do.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Sean Rash trailing by 17, big split in the 5th. What happened?
Yeah, Randy, I've made a big move left on both lanes. Actually changed to a flex pearl on the right lane. Just a touch in, maybe a touch soft, kind of what Bill did there against me. And went high, and then Norm followed it up, kind of the same thing, touch in, broke up the split. It's just, you know, it's millimeters of being good or bad out here. So got 5 frames left here, need to make 5 great shots and see what happens.
Thank you, Sean.
He said he liked that shot. Liked his move to set it up. It ended up being a tough split. I love the access. Guys tell us like it is, as it happens. Longtime member of Team USA. Sean Rash steps up. All 10 in the pit.
Well, that looked pretty good. As soon as he left his hand, it looked like it was going to be 10 in the pit. You could see the move there. 20 at the arrows, out to 7.5 board. Better have strong forearms and a strong wrist to be doing that to a bowling ball. Look at the rotation. Big shot here.
Oh, be right.
Let's hope it's right. It is.
Perfect.
Great trust.
Keeps this very interesting. With a double in the 6th and 7th. So here comes Norm Duke. Works on a strike, 7th frame, chance to go up by 17 pins. After the front 4 for Norm. Norm Duke stepping up and coming through again. COVID-19 is limiting access to sports and play for millions of kids nationwide. That's why Fox Sports is teaming up with Good Sports to restore play and bring sports back to children in need through donations of brand new sports equipment. To learn how you can help keep kids in the game, visit goodsports.org. Max scores, there you see it. As the Turkey wants a 27-pin lead. Left lane, Normie, yes.
He started talking to it when it was about a third of the way down the lane, and he said, come on, carry for me one time, and it sure did. It was perfect. Rash has got to continue to strike and hope for some opening from King Duke. Must have.
Gets
Got
it. Trip 10 pin, down it goes. Sean talked to us in our pre-match interviews about being confident in this bowling center. Won the strike derby. Or won the summer clash. Came close to win the strike derby. He was right there at the end. Some bowlers like certain centers. That was a big topic of our discussion the other day.
Yeah, I mean, certain horses for certain courses, you know, and I was the same way throughout my career. There was places I really loved and other places I could never strike in. We got us a ball game now coming down to the 10th frame, folks. Sean Rash can max out at 262. Norm Duke can shoot 279. If Norm Duke doesn't strike here in the 9th frame, Sean Rash can double in the 10th and shut him out.
Sarah, hi, Kaylee, Olivia, Elena.
Saying hi to the girls. His wife back home in Chicagoland.
2 strikes and good count. Norm Duke will retain his throne.
Period.
Right lane, yes.
Oh, my. That looked like it could have been a weak 10, and the 6 pin just slapped the 10 out. Watch this. This looks like it kind of gets into that soft 10 zone. And no way. Wow.
One quarter left.
All right. Strike here. Good count.
Strike out.
And the kingdom is still his.
Left lane. Norm wants this try. 10 pin.
Whoa!
Just missed it. The messenger came across the deck and just averted the contact at the last possible moment.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to give that one a little extra.
Huge spare shot coming up here for 10 pin. It's critical. Cross lane, nails it. Now that, Randy Peterson, is our guaranteed rate. Spare of the game.
Yeah, and the reason why it was so important is because with Norm making that 10 pin, it forces Sean Rash to get at least 2 strikes in the 10th frame and good count.
Norm.
Now he doesn't need good count.
Thank you.
Still needs a double, though.
A double and 4 required here for Sean Rash to take the crown from the Duke of Bowling here at the PBA King of the Lanes. Here's the first one. Got it.
Wow. Nothing Norm can do. He knows it. A little hydration. Go through your pre-shot routine and try to duplicate the exact same shot. Will we have a new king? Has to strike on this ball.
He's got 5 strikes in a row. 9 so far in the match.
Sorry, I haven't done it in a while.
He hasn't. Remember, he used to be known for the balk, and he hasn't done it in a while.
Told you all the tricks through the years. Listen to him. Good tempo.
Reset. Gotta have his strike. Gets the strike.
Wow.
Sean Rash comes through when he needs it most. And now just needs 4 to become the new king of the lanes here in Jupiter, Florida. Great shot.
I got to tell you, I don't like that walking stuff because to me it's just a lot of thinking going on. But Sean pulled it off, and he made a absolute brilliant shot right there when he needed to. Needs 4.
Oh, that's going to buy some diapers.
He's been buying diapers for years. Hey, Dave, guess what?
What?
There's a new king, and he has spoken. Off with his head.
That's going awesome. Thanks, brother. Nice play.
All hail King Sean
honey.
Rash.
Well,
Apparently, he's a much
got some
nicer
diapers to
king.
buy.
Norm is still alive.
Made some good shots down the stretch and trusted my gut. Made a great ball change to the Flex Pearl there, and hey, we get to do this again.
He's excited. Sean Rash, congrats. He's royalty now here in Jupiter, Florida, the new king of the lanes, Sean Rash. The PBA on FS1 is brought to you by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news at a located bowling center near you. Log on to gobowling.com. And by Guaranteed Rate. Mortgage rates are historically low right now. With the incredibly low rates from Guaranteed Rate, you can save big money on your mortgage. Visit rate.com today. We have a new king of the lanes, His Highness Sean Rash. Second ball in the 10th. Needed a double in 4 to take care of Norm Duke, the reigning king of the lanes, and Sean Rash gets it done. The finalists now joined by Kimberly.
Well, Dave, that match had me sitting on the edge of the seat. So, Norm, I got to ask you, you were sitting down when you lost the crown. What was going through your mind when you threw that ball in the 10th and you saw that pin just standing up?
I've been struggling for the last couple of days, just oversliding on the left step. And I'm doing everything I can to try to catch it. But I moved one left. I needed to catch it. And when I went for it, I kind of overslid and I missed it a little bit. And I just knew, I said, boy, I got to really get lucky here to strike. And when it didn't, I knew it was 50-50 at best because Sean's really good when he needs it.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and you were an amazing king.
Thank you.
Now, Sean, let's talk for a second, because now you are the reigning king. But at the commercial break previously, you had told Randy that you need to make 5 good shots, and you pulled through when you needed to make that happen. How did you make that happen?
I don't know if I made 5 great shots. I made 5 shots that struck. You know, I balked there the second shot in the 10th, and I just kind of go back through some of the process things that Norm and Walter and Parker, some of the legends of our game, have told me, like, hey, just dig in, refocus, make the best shot possible, and that's what I did. And here I am. I get to bowl another game on television here in a little bit, and it's a pretty good feeling right now.
Now, what are you going to take away from this game that you think you can do in the next hour?
Well, I either bowl Jacob Buttriff or Clara Guerrero. Personally, it probably benefits me if I bowl Clara because we're going to play the lane somewhat more similar. Jacob the other day had a hell of a run with 260, 300 on television. So he's feeling pretty loose, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind bowling Jacob again because I had a chance to double to beat him the other day, and I didn't. So I'll bowl either one of them. It doesn't matter. All
right. Well, thank you so much. Go sit in that throne right over there, and we'll see you in the next hour. Guys?
Kimberly, thanks. Sean Rash, the king for now. Stay tuned as the PBA King of the Lanes continues right here. Next on FS1, now for the entire crew, Kimberly Pressler and Randy Peterson. It's Dave Ryan saying so long for now from Bolero in Jupiter, Florida. Sean Rash takes the crown and the robe and the scepter away from Norm Duke.